you all for coming, whether you were here all weekend or just one or two events. And I got a couple things I want to highlight about the festival. For starters, the scholarship competition was amazing. We had kids that were... Then we went downtown, and I knew it wasn't going to rain in my parade. We had barbecue by Fairway and for River Parade. Then we did the outdoor concert, the Glenn Miller House Band. And they started off with the presentation of colors from the Clarinda veterans. And then we had the Star Spangled Banner by Jared, our director. And the concert went on, and it was a great evening for it, great music. Friday morning was kind of special. We started out with a stage show and featured the top 6 winners who received their prize package and were able to sing a song. And these kids are beside themselves with the experience they had here, the band members they got to work with, the judges that gave them some tips, and we were thrilled to have them. Adam Swanson, our ragtime piano player, was here, and he's amazing. Then we had the Glenn Miller Orchestra, 1937, Part B. Saturday morning, this morning, you guys got treated to pancakes and the Northwest Missouri Group Band, which they're always fun. Then we did a little auction on Ed Polich's books and the CD sets from Glenn Miller. Dennis then went to do his presentation, which was the Glenn Miller story, and then the panel, meet the band leaders, and there was a lot of Q&A. It was a nice show. Everybody liked that. This afternoon we had Gooch. Now Gooch is a South Omaha boy who told me once he didn't have anything going for him. All he could do was sing. So he said, I'm going to sing and I'm going to charm audiences to love my music. And I think he's done that. His energy for love of the music is contagious. We all enjoy having Gooch down. Moonlight Serenade followed that. They started in Kansas City in 2001. And Ron and his group practice continuously. It makes their performances amazing. Then earlier before dinner, we were treated to Tommy Dorsey. They are... One of the facts with them, and there's several you can brag about, but no other band or band leader is so associated with the Glenn Miller name. Think about that. Pretty cool. Tonight we're going to dazzle you, something I've never seen, never been here in Clarinda, the Battle of the Bands. Never been here. They've been performing Battle of the Bands around the country, and they tell me that they're no different from the 40s Battle of the Bands, which I've never seen, but it's okay. I want to thank all the GMBS board, all of the volunteers, all the board members, Teresa Babcock, who works for me, the scholarship team, the judges, the accompanists, the caterers, the equipment crew, the photographers, the sponsors, Dennis. I mean, I could go on and on. I'm sure I've left somebody out. But you're going to find it hard to run into anybody from Clarinda that's been around that has not volunteered, either here, at the museum, merchandise, festival tickets, you name it. These folks have been working for months. The last thing I want to, and I'm going to have them stand, but every year we have a connection with UNO in Omaha, University of Nebraska Omaha. They have a band leader there, Pete Nansen.
Yeah.
And he works with kids from other countries, and he brings them down every year. This year he's got 2 students from Poland, and they come to UNO for the summer for the jazz camp. Gooch sometimes gets involved in working with those kids. So can I have the 2 students from Poland stand? Can you tell me your name? So thank you guys very much.
Now, as long as Walt might say, on with the show. So, to introduce this, I want to step back for just a moment and give you just a little pause for about 15 or 30 seconds. Although these bands have appeared together in recent times for battles, this is the first time, well, This is perhaps an anniversary of April 1st, 1940. Because during their lifetimes, Glenn Miller and Tommy Dorsey's orchestras only appeared once on the same stage at Madison Square Garden for a fundraiser. So you're about to hear history. After 86 years of Glenn and Tommy having a battle of the bands, you're now going to have a battle of their bands. I welcome the Glenn Miller and the Tommy Dorsey Orchestras. Have at it, gentlemen.
director of the one and only Tommy Dorsey Orchestra. It's such a pleasure to see all of you. Are you ready for a great show tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We are as well. So we got things started with our beautiful theme song called I'm Getting Sentimental Over You, something that Tommy Dorsey recorded back in the mid-30s, used as his signature song to sign on and off of his radio broadcasts and stage shows. And then we got things swinging with a great piece of music called The Miner Goes Muggin'.
Yep.
And it featured, let's see, we featured a number of the fellas here. We heard from Mr. Mark Kohick at the tenor saxophone, and also Jesse McBee at the trumpet. And that piece of music, it was very interesting because it came from a time period when Tommy Dorsey and the great Duke Ellington did an exchange with their bands where Tommy recorded with Duke and vice versa. So this was something that Duke Ellington recorded with the great Tommy Dorsey Orchestra called The Miner Goes Muggin'. And right now we'd like to turn things over to Mr. Eric Stabnau and the world famous Glenn Miller Orchestra.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We got a great group of musicians on stage. How about a one more time for the Glenn Miller Orchestra? Thank you very much. My name is Eric Stabnau, and it's my pleasure to serve as the orchestra's music director. We have a great program that's going to include some great music from these two bands. We'll be sure to play all of Glenn Miller's biggest hits, the songs that you folks have come to know and love. We'll go back and forth here with the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra. This really is a special occasion. The first time the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra has performed here at Clarinda, the first time we've had a battle of the bands at Clarinda. So a lot of great music in store for you, a lot of great musicians on stage. We'll introduce all these folks just a little bit later here in the first half, but for now we'll keep the music going, and I'll turn it over to Jeff and the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra.
Thank you, Eric. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this next one's one of Tommy's big hits. If you were at our earlier show, you heard me do my little joke about Rimsky-Korsakov and not knowing who that was. And the truth is, I really don't. But that's another story for another day. But like so many band leaders, Tommy Dorsey was taking classical music and turning it into pop hits. And we have this for you right now. It's going to feature our wonderful band, and we hope you enjoy, as originally recorded, Tommy Dorsey's very famous Song of India. Here we go. One. Sections in our orchestra as they were featured prominently. First, you saw our saxophone stand up and play that wonderful soli, and reading from your right to left, I'd like to say good evening to Allison Young, baritone saxophone. Mateo Trikovic, tenor saxophone. Our first alto from Cleveland, Ohio, Mr. John Orsini. Lucas Deal, alto saxophone. And Mark Puckett, tenor saxophone, our saxophone. Thank you. And folks, you saw our trumpet section stand up, and they played the original Bunny Berrigan solo in 4-part harmony, and it's quite difficult, and I think that they did a wonderful job, and I'd like you to say good evening to Mr. Jesse McBee, trumpet. Carl Icing, trumpet. Larry Dean, trumpet. And last, our wonderful first trumpet, also from Cleveland, Ohio, Mr. Scott McKee, our trumpet. Thank you, folks.
That's some great music. We're going to continue with another one of Glenn Miller's big hits, and every single performance with the Glenn Miller Orchestra includes some of his #1 singles. Glenn had something like 17 #1 singles. Does anyone out there know how many #1 singles Tommy Dorsey and his orchestra had? I didn't even think that was going to be a joke, but you folks can take that for what it's worth. This next one is going to feature our Glenn Miller Orchestra saxophone section, among others. It's called A String of Pearls. Thank you very much. A string of pearls with that famous melody played by the saxophone section. We'll take a moment to introduce that group first, starting on the near side with this gentleman from Worcester, Massachusetts, Mitch Danis. Up next with the clarinet and alto saxophone, our section leader from Chicago, Illinois, Kevin Sheehan. Up next with the tenor saxophone from Columbus, Ohio, Devin Coons. And on the far end with the baritone saxophone, the keeper of the low end from Los Angeles, California, Aiden Sears. And we'll take a quick moment to introduce one more section. You've heard some great playing by our rhythm section already, and you'll hear a lot more. Our pianist in the back over there is from Kutztown, Pennsylvania, Isaiah Nygaard. Our bass player also in the back is from Memphis, Tennessee. That's Ethan Assad. And our drummer from Houston, Texas. How about it for Nick Diaz? Thank you very much, and now we'll turn it back over to Jeff and the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra.
Well, thank you, Eric. You know, in a battle show, it's nice to have allies in the audience who can remind me that, thank you, David Gloss, to remind me that Tommy Dorsey also had 17 #1 hits. That was not intended as a joke. It's all entertainment, folks, that's all. But this one is, this next one we're going to do was absolutely Tommy Dorsey's biggest #1 hit of all time. It featured Frank Sinatra and, of course, the Pied Pipers, originally a vocal. But when Tommy and brother Jimmy got back together in the spring of 1953, they had a lot of their early vocal hits made into instrumentals. And as you may know, the Dorsey brothers, well, they didn't always see eye to eye, and they were separate for many decades. So when they reunited, it really was one of the great all-time bands. But in true Dorsey Brothers fashion, well, first I'll let you know that Mr. John Orsini is going to play the part of Jimmy, and I'll play Tommy's part. And just so we can be authentic at such a festival like this, we're going to get together for a big fist fight. Just John and I. We're not going to fight the GMO or anything like that. We're going to do that, and you can film it and document it, put it all up on social media, so we can be very accurate. But truly a beautiful song, written by the Canadian composer Ruth Lowe after she lost her husband. It's called "I'll Never Smile Again."
song, certainly one of my favorites, and a classic rendition of a young Frank Sinatra, of course, singing that with Tommy Dorsey and his orchestra, and there's a wealth of great vocals in the Glenn Miller Orchestra songbook as well, and we're lucky to have a fabulous featured vocalist with this band. Her name is Hannah Claire, and if you saw the shows yesterday, you were introduced to her in the 1937 set and the later 7 p.m. set, so we have a couple vocals to once again feature Hannah, and we're going to the year 1961, and a television series that starred Glenn Miller and his orchestra. It starred the Glenn Miller Orchestra, and we're going to feature Hannah on a couple classics from the Great American Songbook. This first one is called That Old Feeling, and please welcome Hannah Claire.
Last night I started out happy. Last night my heart was so gay. Last night I found myself dancing in my favorite cabaret. You were completely forgotten, just an affair from the past. Then suddenly something happened to me, and I found my heart beating, oh, so fast. I saw you last night. I got that when you came inside. I got that old feeling. The moment that you danced by, I found the thrill. And when you caught my eye, my heart stood still. And once again, I got the was still burning. There'll be no new romance for me. It's foolish to start, 'cause that old feeling is still in my heart. I saw you last night. I got the old feeling is still in my Thank you so much. Thank you. My name is Hannah, and I'm so happy to be up here singing at the Glenn Miller Festival. As I mentioned yesterday, I've only been a part of this orchestra for only 2 months, but it truly is such an honor to be up here and a part of this amazing legacy that is the Glenn Miller Orchestra. As Eric mentioned, the last song and this next song I'm going to sing for you was in the television series Glenn Miller Time. This next one is a beautiful ballad with a beautiful melody. This is Can't Get Out of This Mood. All day long before my eyes come little visions of you. they mustn't, but they do. Can't get out of this room, can't get over this feeling, can't get out of this room. Last night your lips were too appealing. The thrill should have been all gone by today. In the usual way, but it's only your arms I'm out of. Can't get out of this dream. I'm a fool to dream of you. This wasn't part of my scheme. Decide and tell you I love you. But I'm saying if I'm playing it down, can't get out of this mood. Can't get out of this mood.
Some fabulous singing for us. We'll have it back just a little bit later on for some more vocals, but once again, we'll turn it back over to the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra.
Well, thank you, Eric. We have something for you right now, and it was and still is a vocal. In 1945, the great Pied Pipers vocal group had gone out on their own. They left Tommy, and Tommy was looking for a new vocal group. And he found one in 4 young ladies named the Clark Sisters. Tommy renamed them the Sentimentalists when they were with his band, but they were really known, they were given names the Clark Sisters. And when they joined, they were ages 17 to 23, which is amazing to think that those young ladies joined the most popular band in the nation at that time. And over the past couple of years, I've stayed in contact with the family of Ann Clark, as she was the last surviving member of the Clark Sisters. And we stayed in touch, and she was doing very well. Unfortunately, she passed away just earlier this year. She made it all the way to 103. Yeah, you can plug her in. Absolutely. Yeah. And I mention that because she and her sisters were on the original recording of this next 1945 hit by Tommy Dorsey and the orchestra. One of my favorite American popular songs, On the Sunny Side of the Street. Here we go. Don't forget your hat, but leave your worries. Leave them on the doorstep. Life's sweet. Just direct your feet to the sunny, sunny side of the street. Wow, bitter bad. You know that happy tune is my step. Life's all reach. If you dig that beat on the sunny, sunny side of the street, used to walk in the shade with my blues on parade. What a drag, old man, getting stuck in the shade. But get hip, don't be afraid. Roll it on over, heal yourself in the clover. I'm only in for 1 cent, but who cares? Rich as Rocky Fella, can't be beat. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street. The sunny side of the street. Thank you, folks. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Well, folks, in the mid-1950s, the Dorsey brothers, Tommy and Jimmy, were stars of an emerging medium called television. And they started things off, as a summer replacement show that involved the great Jackie Gleason. So if you would have been at home watching the Great Honeymooners program on Saturday nights on the Dumont Network, when Jackie Gleason went on summer break, the Dorsey brothers had a summer replacement show called Stage Show. And it was kind of like a predecessor to the modern, the Lawrence Welk show, I should say, with the band on stage, and they had singers and dancers and comedians, different acts that they would play. But after they developed their own show, they had a particular guest you may have heard of by the name of Elvis Presley on their show. Oh, you haven't heard of Elvis? Well, we're about to, introduce you to him. Because Tommy Dorsey, in January of 1956, gave Elvis Presley his very first exposure on television, on Stage Show. And while Elvis and Tommy didn't work together very much outside of Stage Show, they just worked together about 6 times on the show. Should Tommy's career have gone along further and worked with Elvis, I'd like to think that the collaboration might have sounded something like this. Well, there's 1 for the money, 2 for the show. I said 3 to get ready. Now go, 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 but don't you step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything but lay off of my blue suede shoes. Down, stand in my face. You can slander my name all over the place. Do the thing that you want to do, but honey, lay off of my shoes. Don't you step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything but lay off of my blue suede shoes. Down, burn my car. You can drink my liquor from my old fruit jar. Do anything that you want to do, but honey, lay off of those shoes. Step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything but lay off of my blue suede shoes. Here we go!
Hey, a great song, folks, a great playing by the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra. you know, the history of this music, the legacy of these bands is incredible. There's so many records they set, there's so many records they recorded, there's so many things these bands did. It's incredible that they're both still around all these years later and people still know this music. There's a very special place in music history for all of this stuff. And this next song is a great example because it comes from the year 1941 and a film that starred Glenn Miller and his orchestra that was called Sun Valley Serenade. And this song was a #1 hit that year. It was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Original Song, and it even earned the first gold record ever given out for breaking 1 million sales. Here's Chattanooga Choo Choo. Thank you very much. There's some fabulous singing by our vocal group. You heard that right, the Moonlight Serenaders, and a song with a very special place in music history. That's true, the first gold record ever given out for Chattanooga Choo Choo. And you folks have met about half of the Glenn Miller Orchestra. We're going to take a moment here to introduce the second half here, the two remaining sections, trombones and trumpets. So, We'll start with the trombone section on the near side. This gentleman was also singing with the vocal group. He's from Flower Mound, Texas, Nick Roach. Up next is our section leader from Anchorage, Alaska, George Reinert. Moving down the line with the tenor trombone, how about it for Tim Dickmeyer? And on the end with the bass trombone from Warren, Maine, that's Jason Bennett. And behind them, we'll take a moment here to meet the trumpet section as well, starting once again on the near side from New Smyrna Beach, Florida, that's Joe Young. Up next, this gentleman also singing with the vocal group, he's from Dallas, Texas, Jonathan Oriyama. Moving down the line from Tokyo, Japan, Kazu Tanaka. And on the end, how about it for Tim Thomas?
Well, thank you, Eric, and I'll take this opportunity to introduce the remaining two sections of our orchestra that you've yet to meet. I'll introduce our trombone section, which I think is the best section in any band, not because I'm the only one, just because it's simply just the, yeah. Oh, well, that wasn't enough applause for trombone. So, there we go. First trombone, Dan Gable. Chris Leach, trombone. Steve Wilson, trombone. A fantastic trombone section. And of course, our beautiful rhythm section, who has been keeping us swinging and propulsion and all that type of good stuff. I don't even know what these words mean, but we'll make them up as we go. Mr. Nick Ruckert at the electrified transient. Mr. Steve Charlson at the bass. And last but not least, holding down the drum chair, one that's been held by some of the greatest drummers of all time, including Louis Bellson, Davey Tuff, Buddy Rich, Eugene Krupa, Mr. Greg Parnell. Thank you, folks. Well, we've got one right now. It features our band within a band. And Tommy Dorsey, if you heard our first show, we played this one, and we'd like to play it for you again because it features our wonderful Clam Bake 7, which is the name that Tommy gave to his Dixieland band. And Tommy loved to play traditional jazz, and he did so throughout his career. So we feature our Dixieland band, the Clam Bake 7, within the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra. And this is a brand new arrangement that's going to be available on our brand new recording on Hindsight Records, and we look forward to offering it, and several copies at that, very soon, as it comes out. We hope you enjoy our version of When the Saints Go Marching In. Here we go.
Great playing there, folks. Well, that has been some fabulous music here. Time sure flies when you're playing great music like this, and we have one more song left in the first half. And you know, the great thing about these Battle of the Bands, you get to hear such a variety of music. Glenn Miller's hits, Tommy Dorsey's hits, that's about half the show. And the other half is just us introducing all of these musicians on stage. There are so many of us, but it's a lot of fun. I can tell you from our perspective over here, it's just a lot of fun to share the stage with a great band, so we certainly have been enjoying ourselves. We've got one more song in the first half, then we're going to take a short break, about 20 minutes, and we'll be back with more music in the second half. During that intermission, there's a couple folks from our saxophone section that will have some Glenn Miller Orchestra merchandise. I believe they'll be over in this area, is that right? Over on this side of the auditorium. So if you want to take home a piece of the concert, you certainly have a chance to do so. Check in with them at the intermission and once again after the show. But we'll finish up here and do something kind of special. We're going to play a song that includes both of these bands at the exact same time. And we've chosen a big hit from the Glenn Miller songbook called The American Patrol. And we perform this at each and every show. And there's been a long tradition of dedicating the American Patrol to the veterans in the audience at each and every show. Of course, Glenn Miller served his country all those years ago. We appreciate you veterans just as much now. So, with that being said, I'd have to imagine that we have some veterans in an audience like this. And I'll tell you what, if there are any veterans or active duty service members out there, we would love it for you folks to take a moment and stand for us at this time so we can all join in a big round of applause to together say thank you. Thank you very much, veterans. We appreciate you folks. We have a great song to finish off this first half with both bands. Here's Glenn Miller's American Patrol.
louder for the Glenn Miller Orchestra. The Tommy Dorsey Orchestra. Thank you, folks. We'll see you in just a few. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the second half. The Battle of the Bands. And we got things jumping right off the bat with one of the great anthems of the swing era, written by Cy Oliver for Tommy Dorsey, recorded in 1942. It was called Opus 1, and you heard from Mr. John Orsini at the clarinet, Mr. Nick Cooper at the piano, and the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra. Thank you.
All right, folks, it's come time in the performance for some audience participation, and we play this song at each and every show. It's got quite a story behind it, and I have a feeling this is the audience for some audience participation. This song gets its title and its lyrics from the phone number to the Hotel Pennsylvania in New York City. If you know what song I'm talking about, you already know what to sing along, and if you don't know what I'm talking about yet, don't worry. This is quite easy to sing along with. As a matter of fact, we had a couple Battle of the Bands with the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra last fall, and they sang along, and if they can sing along, anybody can sing along. Join us on Pennsylvania 65000.
5,000. And I think we should keep the bands singing here. What do you think? Maybe one more with some more band singing? If you folks can do the, yeah, go ahead, you can fly. If you all want to jump in on these words, you can too, because the GMO is going to need as much help as they can get, because they're actually going to have to read this. I was trying to think of something. I'm not mean-spirited like these guys, so we'll see who's buying the drinks after the show. No, this is one of Tommy's big hits from the 1930s, and one of my favorite Tommy Dorsey records. It features our trumpet section, and we're all going to get together and sing and have a lot of. Irving Berlin wrote this song, and it's to all the lovely ladies of the same name. Here's Marie. The dawn is breaking, Marie. You'll soon be waiting to find our hearts are aching and tears will fall as you recall the moon in all its splendor. Your kiss so very tender. Will you surrender to me, Marie? That's Marie. King David with the trombone. Mateo Tipperton with the tenor saxophone. And our, shall we say, mixed or mixed up choir on that one. Thank you.
Marie is absolutely one of my favorite songs of the swing era, and I think has one of the great moments in any of these songs, that harmonized Bunny Berrigan solo played so well by these folks in the trumpet section. That is just a fabulous thing. So, who wants to hear the Glenn Miller Orchestra trumpet section play the harmonized Bunny Berrigan solo on Marie? Who wants to hear these guys play? Everyone except the Glenn Miller Orchestra trumpet section wants to do that. So instead, we're going to change gears, and we got another #1 hit for you folks. Would you settle for Tuxedo Junction instead?
Yes, indeed. Now that is one of my personal favorites of all the swing era, the great song written by Erskine Hawkins, of course, by Glenn Miller, Tuxedo Junction. And how about those trombones with those blue frunzers? Man, you all look fantastic. Yeah, you can always applaud for trombones. I mean, that's always just going to be fun. Well, this next song comes from 1945, and it salutes a Midwestern city that the modern-day Tommy Dorsey Orchestra has been spending quite a lot of time in. Not necessarily working, just delayed on airplane flights in this city's airport quite a bit. A lot. In fact, we experienced that yesterday before we got to Kansas City. We spent some time there. Not that we wanted to, but we did, but that's a different story. But Tommy made this great record with a sentimentalist, and Cy Oliver also did the arrangement, he did the vocals. So let's take a trip to one of the great cities of the Midwest. Here's Chicago. Here we go. Chicago, Chicago, that toddler town. Jumping in Chicago, well, lace up your boots and I'll show you around. Yes, bet your bottom dollar to lose the blues in Chicago. That's the town that old Billy Sunday could not shut down. On State Street, that great street, I just want to say, you know they really, really do things they don't do on old Broadway. That's what they say. You'll have the time of your life. I saw a man who actually danced with his wife in Chicago. That's my hometown.
Chicago, a great city, and it produced a great musician. Of course, our section leader right here, Kevin Sheehan, is from the great city of Chicago. Kevin has a saying about Chicago: a band so famous they named a city after it. You'll get it. All right, we're going to continue with the vocal up next, and that means we're going to invite Hannah Claire back to the stage to perform one from the original band. You know, all this music is kind of reflective of the time it was written, the time it was performed. You'll see what I mean from this next song from the war era called That's Sabotage.
Kiss me like you used to kiss me, that's sabotage.
Don't run helter-skelter. There's a bomb-proof shelter in my arms. You don't fail me like you used to fail me. That's sabotage. Some people call him jerk, did his dirty work and change your mind about me. I can't sleep, I've got to keep my FBI on you. 'Cause if you've been untrue, that's sabotage.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we got something from the original Tommy Dorsey Library, and it's an original written by Cy Oliver, and it kind of has a bit of a spiritual type of flavor in nature, and as originally recorded by the band, we hope you enjoy and recognize it. Yes, indeed. Here we go. Jive now, you'll shout when it hits you, yes indeed. Yes, 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 you'll shout when it hits you, yes indeed. When the Spirit moves you, you'll shout hallelujah. When it hits you, you'll holler, yes indeed. When it comes out, if it's in you, yes indeed. Yes, it makes you shout, Jack, if it's in you, yes indeed. When the jive starts jumping, you'll shout, let me in there. Yes, indeed. Here we go. Yes, indeed. Thank you.
Another great one, yes indeed. We'll keep it going here with another vocal, and this one's going to include, once again, Hannah Claire, myself, and our vocal group, the Moonlight Serenaders. This is called Don't Sit Under the Apple Tree with Anyone Else But Me.
Just got word from a guy who heard from the guy next door to me. A girl he met just loves it bad and fits you to a T. So don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me till I come marching home.
Don't give out those lips of yours to anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. No, no, no. Watch the girls on the foreign shores. They'll have to report to me when you come marching home. Don't hold anyone on your knee. You better be true to me. You better be true to me. You better be true to me. Don't hold anyone on your knee. You're getting the third degree when you come marching home. You're on your own where there is no phone, and I can't keep tab on you. Be fair to me, I guarantee that there's one thing that I'll do. I won't sit on the apple tree with anyone else but you till I come marching home.
Hannah Claire and the Moonlight Serenaders.
Well, thank you, folks. If that isn't one of the most iconic songs of the World War II era, I don't know what is. How about the Glenn Miller Orchestra on Apple Tree? Isn't that great? Thank you. This next song kind of became part of the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra library by virtue of the leader who led this band for many, many years. And that gentleman's name was Buddy Morrow. And Buddy was, he led his band from 1977 all the way up until his passing in 2010, which is a time frame longer than Tommy Dorsey himself having the band. What else is interesting about Buddy is he led the Glenn Miller Orchestra in the mid-1970s. So he was truly a master trombonist, a great band leader, important because he also worked with some of the original bands of the swing era, including people like Tommy and Jimmy Dorsey, Benny Goodman, Artie Shaw, Paul Whiteman, and so many more. And he had his own band, and particularly did very well in 1952, where he recorded this next million-selling song. And I've heard, I've never experienced myself, I heard this used to be quite popular in the, let's say, burlesque circuit. So if you know about this from the burlesque circuit, you can let me know about it after the show. Someone inevitably always does. And you get to be that person after the show, after we play Buddy Morrow's Night Train.
Folks, it's a fabulous song, and once again, what an amazing era of music, the big band era, what an amazing legacy to this music and these bands. And the connection really is amazing. Jeff mentioned Buddy Morrow led both of these orchestras at one point, and there always has been a connection, it seems, between bands of the swing era, and that's no different today than it was years and years ago. It's a very small world in the big band community, and to prove that, I'm going to pose a question here to all the musicians on stage. Raise your hand if you have ever performed with the Glenn Miller Orchestra. There you have it, folks. And it really is a pleasure to share the stage with Jeff and with the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra. These folks are fabulous musicians. They have a fabulous songbook. How about it one more time for Tommy Dorsey? And we've had a wonderful time over here, some fabulous musicians. How about it one more time for the Glenn Miller Orchestra? We only have time for about one more here, and we certainly hope that you keep up with these bands and their busy schedules. We've got websites, glennmillerorchestra.com, and is it tommydorseyorchestra.net?
Probably. I should know these things. TommyDorseyOrchestra.net is correct, and we're also on Facebook and Instagram, on social media, and we're probably on some other social media stuff that I have no idea what it is. So please like, click, post, follow, that stuff. Thank you.
And you know, we do these Battle of the Bands from time to time with the TDO. We did a few last fall, and we seem to do a couple every year. It really is a lot of fun for everyone. And with all that being said, there's only one way the Glenn Miller Orchestra can finish this out.
Right. How about it for Eric Stabnau and the world famous Glenn Miller Orchestra?
One more time for Jeff Bush and the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra.
Would you like to hear one more song? Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the great anthems of the swing era. And we know that you're going to enjoy it. Both bands are going to play this right together. It's a big hit for Benny Goodman. And it features wild and crazy drumming of the one and only Gene Krupa, featuring both of our wonderful drummers. Here, sing!